The beginning of Nineveh is fascinating. In the Bible, it says that Nimrod was the grandson of Ham. And he was the first mighty hero on the earth. And he created great cities. And he created his great city, Babylon. That's where they built the Tower of Babel, built by Nimrod. But it says also that, and then these days, a lot of days, we say that the children of Ham, who they say are the forefather of black people, that were kind of wicked and stuff like that. But it's not true. See, you see, one thing they don't tell you is that the person who founded Nineveh was one of Shem's sons, Shem and Aram. You see, in those days, it wasn't like you were of that tribe or this race, whatever. They didn't think like that. They thought whoever was like-minded would hang. So that Nimrod, son of Ham, Asher, son of Shem, Aram, the other son of Shem. They say that Shem is the forefather of the Jews, and Japheth, another one of Jonah's sons, was the forefather of the Europeans and the Asians. But the thing with the Bible is that they were all down for the cause to do evil. So while we judge people by how they look, God did not. And how they behave was not how they looked. They behaved in what was in their heart. So when they started this enterprise to be evil and nasty along with Nimrod and build that tower, it was Asher, the son of Shem, who went out and founded the city of Nineveh. And Aram helped him. In fact, the people from Aram called it the Arameans. And in fact, they were so powerful, the Arameans, in wickedness, is that they became the people who populated primarily the city of Babylon. And the language that Jesus spoke and that the Jews spoke after the return from captivity in Babylon, they spoke Aramaic. They forgot how to speak Hebrew. So when Jesus was on earth, when he walked through into Jerusalem on those palms, the language he spoke was not Hebrew. Jesus spoke Aramaic. The Bible is written in Greek, New Testament, in Greek and Aramaic. That's that language. That language came from Aram, and Aram was a helper of Nimrod and Asher. And the reason why the Assyrians are called Assyrians because of Asher. And Asher became a god to the Assyrians. They worshipped him. He has wings and everything, and a circle and a star. And this is what the wickedness of these people were. It was not because of their race. It was because of what was in their heart. So nobody has a monopoly on good or evil. We are all driven by what's in our heart. And this is what God went after. God had just swamped the earth because of a flood, because they were wicked. Here comes Noah, 3 sons, Ham, Japheth, and Seth. And their grandsons turned the thing upside down. Nimrod built the Tower of Babel. They create Nineveh. They do all these bad things, but God still wanted them. God did not give up. And I wondered to myself, why didn't God just burn these people up? I wouldn't have sent Jonah in the first place. Jonah almost lost his life for Nineveh. Nahum was just so afraid of Nineveh that he sent a letter, and after he wrote the letter, he fled to Judah because what the Ninevites did after that letter is that they attacked Israel. Nineveh was also, it had 600,000 people in Nineveh. That means it was larger than Atlanta. It was larger than Cleveland. It would have been, we have 237 cities in the United States that are large. Nineveh would have been number 24. That's how large it was in that time. It was a tremendous city. And it was built upon a waterway, the Tigris River, and it had a moat around the city. And they believed that no one could stop them except a flood. So that's what they did. That's what their prophets told them. That's why they acted the way they acted. But then God sent out to Nineveh and says to them, finally, Nineveh, I have had enough. He says to them in the Bible, he says that, why do you imagine a vain thing against the Lord? He will make an utter end. But they didn't believe him at all. But finally, Nineveh was destroyed. In fact, today, Nineveh is a big mound. They had something else which I really admired. They were the people who put the first 360 degrees in a circle. Great mathematicians. They invented lances. They invented the battering ram. They invented medicine. They invented iron swords. During those days, the swords were made of bronze. They had iron, so they would just beat everybody down because they had better swords and better lances. But their problem was that this Nergal they worshiped was the Antichrist. In fact, today, he is seen as a personification of the devil.